This is a product review for a Indiegogo campaign which I backed, which is a light system called Revolights. I was attracted to Revolights because the concept of them from a light system on bikes was just completely something I hadn't seen before, and I was really intrigued by them. Normally, obviously, you have a light at the front and a light at the back, and then you get various kind of lumens and different sort of capabilities of these lights. These Revolights are entirely different. They're a light system that attach to the rim of the bicycle, and then basically will project a 360-degree light both at the front of the bike, off your front wheel, and off the rear of your bike, off the rear wheel. Technically, I don't quite understand how it works and how it actually directs the beam outwards towards the front or the back of the bike, but I'm really intrigued to try them. They've arrived, and they come nicely packaged, as you can see. And the image there perhaps gives you some idea of what it is that these lights can do. Just looking at the spec though, it says that basically they're weather resistant, they're 360-degree visibility, they're theft resistant. They weigh 12.3 ounces per wheel, so they're not that heavy, and they act as a legal functional headlight at the front and a smart brake light at the back as well. Now I've got to read a bit more into it. It's a while since I backed it. I think it's over a year and a half since or a year ago maybe I backed it, so they took a while to get produced. But I believe that what happens is that the light sort of increases as you're slowing down, so it acts like a sort of intelligent brake light, which is pretty impressive. Obviously they are going to require a little bit of fitting, and there are videos on YouTube that allow you to help you out if you are trying to fit them, and I'm not the world's best DIYer, but there we go, we're going to give it a go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to install these on my single speed road bike, the Specialised London Edition, Langster, and then I'm going to show you what they look like when they're actually installed onto the wheel, and then we'll give it a bit of a go out in the wild and see what they look like as well. But here's the back of the packaging. As you can see, they look pretty impressive if the photos do them justice, which is pretty exciting. They give out apparently 8 times 35 lumens per wheel, so they're fairly bright. They've obviously got rechargeable battery as well, which is fairly important. So yeah, I'm going to try and install these, and then we'll show you what they look like on the wheel, and then we'll show you what they look like out on the road. So we'll watch the space. Okay, so this is what the wheels look like with the Revolights on. Excuse the mess, but if I come down to the front rims, you'll see here this is the Revolight system. There's basically a passive and a live ring, and they're basically mounted and then attached to 4 spokes with this this attachment here, and then also bolted in through there, so this whole thing keeps stable. And then basically you've got a detachable camera. If I could just point my camera the right way, here we go. That this is the detachable battery. I'll just ping that out so you can have a look. There we go. So this is the battery here, and that basically slips in very simply like that, clicks back in, and then it's got a battery power there, and then that turns the lights on both the front side, the 2 sides, as you can see. So you've then got the lights on the 2 sides. I've got them fitted fairly flush to the wheel. That's how the instructions recommended it. Now I don't know, obviously, if you have a look at the footage from the bike, I don't know if I've got them too close to the rim, but anyway, they seem to work quite well. I'm going to turn that one off, and I'm going to show you the rear wheel now as well. And here's the rear wheel, and then you've got the rim, and you've got the battery down here somewhere. Let's turn that on, and then you can see the rear lights have turned on there. The other thing you might have noticed, although maybe not if I've been a bit hasty with the old video, is that we've got here a magnet. So that's the magnet that is telling the Revolights where it is on the wheel itself, and I believe that that's probably what makes the lights shine out of the back.
And then the same at the front. I've got a magnet here at the front which does the same. The only other thing to note is that there's obviously a passive and a live rim, and then you can see this wire that attaches between the two to feed the passive ring. So that's how they go on. In terms of the installation themselves, the instructions were really pretty solid, even for a numpty like myself. I think you probably got to allow about half an hour per wheel to get the rims installed properly and fine-tuned. As I said, the instructions are really helpful and really useful. And there is a video on YouTube as well in terms of giving you some pointers in installing them, but I didn't actually need the video. As I said, I'm no mean hand on the old DIY, so if I can install these successfully, then I think anybody can. Okay, so next we're going to have a look at some footage, firstly of the lights from the standpoint of the front mount. Then I'll go to a side view of the front wheel, and then you'll see some shots of the rear wheel as well. And then I've also, in fact, just before that, got some footage from what it looks like from the side of the road with me riding up and down. So anyway, here's the footage of the Revolights in action, and I hope you enjoy them. So that was the Revolights. I hope they looked impressive enough. It's difficult to get decent footage with the kit I've got, but hopefully it gives you some impression of what these lights are like. My feeling about the lights is really strong. I really like the lights. I think the solution is really interesting. I think if you're a city cyclist, then these are a really good way of being seen and showing yourself up. And I think probably from a safety perspective, they're gonna really make a difference in terms of car drivers and other vehicle drivers seeing you. So I really like them. I think the way that when you slow down, the lights flash. I think you can see a little bit of that in the actual footage as well. I think that's really clever as well. My only comment is, and this might totally be down to the way I've installed them in terms of not maybe having enough of the light showing beyond the wheel. My only thought is that there's not a huge amount of light in terms of a traditional torch to actually light the way that you're going. So as a visibility thing, I think they're really effective. From a light shining the way, I don't see they're strong enough, and I think actually I would rely on a secondary
light to do that work for me. But that's not to take anything away from them. I didn't actually buy them to be my primary light source for use in unlit roads and stuff like that. And in fact, the footage that I've used did have street lights, so it could be that they're actually a lot more effective than I've given them credit for. But yeah, as I said, I would probably choose to have a secondary light anyway, just in case. I mean, my feeling is that these are really an excellent solution. I think if you've got a bike that you're riding in the city, that you're not particularly fussed about wind resistance and all that sort of stuff, then these are a really, really good solution. The other thing to note is that obviously when you lock the bike up, you're locking the lights to the wheel as well, so in fact you are securing your lights at the same time as locking your bike up. Obviously you'd have to do that at the front and back, but again, that's another consideration about not having to always remove your lights every time you park the bike. So my overall feeling is that these are a really, really, really good bit of kit. Can I emphasise it any more perhaps? And I'm really looking forward to trying them out in the city and also around here at night when there is little light going on. So I hope you've enjoyed this review. If you've got any questions, please do post on the comments, and I'll get back to you on that. But I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.